Paul O'Sullivan had big shoes to fill when he entered the racing world. His father, Dave, was one of the best trainers in New Zealand. Paul never found that task onerous. In fact, he's honoured to be compared to the mentor who led two sons into the Racing Hall of Fame. The O'Sullivans have always epitomised a strong family unit. Paul, as the second son of 5, was always encouraged to pursue other interests instead of racing. Horses were not on Paul's radar until Elope won the Sydney Cup. It was the spark that ignited Paul's passion for training. He left school after sixth form and began a 6-year apprenticeship at Wexford stables, starting at the bottom. Paul was soon given the responsibility for horses destined for overseas races. He travelled regularly to Australia and Asia for almost 2 decades from the age of 17, prepping the stable's runners for big races like the Cox Plate and the Japan Cup. In 1981, Paul went into partnership with his father. It was the start of one of the greatest racing dynasties in New Zealand. They won the Trainers' Premiership 10 times. The New Zealand Racing Hall of Fame is filled with horses that came from their stable. Horlicks, Mr. Tiz, O'Reilly and Let's Elope are just a few of the stars. Paul took over the stables at Wexford when Dave retired in 1998. He trained on his own for 6 years, winning the premiership again until he was approached to train in Hong Kong. It was an offer he couldn't refuse. Paul had always wanted to have a crack at Hong Kong. Racing is a national sport in Hong Kong, opinions are plentiful, and trainers are under constant scrutiny from race fans. Paul relished the environment and adapted.
The only similarity between New Zealand and Hong Kong is the horses have 4 legs, so it certainly has right from staff management, owner communication, work methods, environment they live in, everything's totally different. So Hong Kong's not going to adapt to me, I've got to adapt to Hong Kong.
There are always highs and lows in every career. For Paul, one of the great moments was Vital King winning the Hong Kong Derby in 2007.
Vital King with a late burst, Floral Pegasus in front, Vital King lunges, oh, close in the Derby.
That was a great boost to his Asian career. One horse was to take it to new heights. Aerovelocity won 5 Group 1s for Paul and was successful twice on the international stage.
Aerovelocity in front, Lucky Bubbles trying to reach him. Aerovelocity, what a grand 8-year-old he is. He takes his second sprint. Zach Purton, Paul O'Sullivan take the sprint as they did 2 years ago on Aerovelocity.
His favourite win was this Group 1 in Japan.
Zach Purton getting desperate on Aerovelocity. They've got to catch Huck Sun Moon. Aerovelocity jumping out of the ground. Aerovelocity goes to Huck Sun Moon. Hong Kong gets up and wins. And Zach Purton has Group 1 success in Japan with the O'Sullivan family. The last time they did that was 1989 with Horlicks in the Japan Cup.
Hong Kong life for a trainer can be a cutthroat business, but the Kiwi never gave up, spending almost 2 decades in the city. The bustling nature of Hong Kong suited Paul's temperament, always busy, always on the go. He finally departed in 2022 with a proud record of saddling more than 500 winners and consistently earning placings in the top 10 trainers list. Paul said Hong Kong provided his biggest thrills in racing, and he returned with happy memories. With Paul joining his father Dave and brother Lance in the Hall of Fame, New Zealand has many reasons to admire the O'Sullivan Racing Dynasty.